everybody, it's EK from EK Gorman Designs, and I am coming in today with the first of 5 fast cards featuring the Marvelous Men Cardmaking Kit from White Rose Crafts. This is a standalone kit that White Rose Crafts is offering for anybody who finds it exceptionally hard to make masculine cards. The entire kit is centered around men, and loving our men. So if you need to make cards for fathers, brothers, uncles, aunts, sons, this really has a little bit of everything for everyone. The first card I'm making in today's 5 Fast Cards is a birthday card for the fisher men in your life. It doesn't actually say happy birthday anywhere on the card, but I am going to, before I send it to the fishermen in my life, take a sentiment stamp and stamp the word happy birthday inside the card. I'm using the stickers from the kit. I'm using the fish stickers from the kit and some of the wood grain paper and brown plaid to put the big one. So like, this birthday is the big one. And I just pulled a couple of the stickers off the fish embellishment sticker sheet to just kind of very simply make a card. In the Kaiser Craft 12x12 sticker cardstock sheet, there's this arrow that says next stop. So the whole card will read next stop, the big one, and then inside I'm going to have a happy birthday sentiment that's just real simple and plain. And I thought it was a really great fun play on kind of a light-hearted birthday card for a man in my life who likes fishing. I felt the card needed a little grounding, so I pulled out a really fine like a 0.2 black pen to outline the plaid, the arrow, and the circle sticker, giving the card a little bit of grounding and a nice fun effect. My second card plays with a little bit of the green plaid and some of the metallic black paper. I actually didn't want a full sheet of it. I just wanted a strip of it that I could use some adhesive on and make just a nice little border mat for the green paper, so there'd be a little bit of difference between the white cardstock and the green plaid paper cut. This card got designed simply by seeing one of the stickers on the 12x12 sticker sheet, and you'll see it come up in a little bit, but the sticker says something about buying tickets and moving on, and then the stamp set included in the Marvelous Men's card kit is the Tim Holtz stamp set that has tickets on it. See, like, things work out the way they're supposed to. Like, it would be almost as if somebody planned this to be an effective kit where everything ties in together. There's a lot of different masculine themes on here. There's cars, there's boats, there's anchors, there's fish. Not necessarily things that all men do, but stuff that a lot of men traditionally do. So it's a fun collection of ways to make a less feminine, or i.e. more masculine card for almost any occasion. For this card I wanted to use some of the washi tape that's included in the kit. So I put a strip of it down just to add a pop of color to this otherwise monochromatic card. And I really ended up liking how it looked, except for I realized I needed to ground it. I wanted that same kind of strip of black metallic cardstock to just kind of ground in that nice green plaid paper. So I trimmed off another thin strip and adhered it on top of the green paper. So there's now some actually fun dimensions that you can't see on the card. And here's that sticker I was talking about, the one that the whole card was designed around. Buy the ticket, take the ride. I think this is just kind of a fun, again, card that would be kind of an appropriate birthday card if you put a happy birthday sentiment inside of it. I don't know exactly where I'll be using this card, but I wanted the green paper to sort of look like film strips. So using, again, a little bit more of that black metallic paper, I added just a couple of random lines into the green and think it had a nice effect. This is one of those cards that when I finished making it, I didn't like it, but the more I look at it, the more I like it. I don't know. For card 3, I thought I'd use 2 different colors of the plaid paper, cut at 3 different dimensions, or trimmed. I didn't cut anything. I don't use scissors. Not to trim large pieces of paper. I can't cut straight. And then I thought it'd just make it a really simple background card with some of the car images from the Tim Holtz stamp set. And it basically, I was turning my card frame into a piece of printed card frame, keeping it real simple. I actually like that the stamp wasn't stamping out nice and clean and precision. I think the fact that it's got a little wonkiness to it really helps kind of with this vintage feel that I kind of wanted the whole card to have. If I'd wanted the card to be precision stamped, I actually would have pulled out my precision stamping platform and inked it up until I got the image to be crystal clear the way I wanted it. This is, believe it or not, kind of how I wanted it to go. So one of the things I was trying to do with the 3 different strips of plaid paper is line them up so that the yellow cross hatches were perfectly level with each other, so it looked like the paper was continuing, so it wasn't off sorts. And I think I almost got there. So it had that continuous flow despite it being 2 different pieces of paper. I didn't purposely leave them at 6 inches, knowing I'd go in and hand trim off the excess overlay, just because I think it was a much better effect. Again, I'm pulling out some sentiments from that 12x12 cardstock sticker sheet, and I think the 2 sentiments I used were kind of perfect. To travel is to live, and then going places. And then I thought I'd just kind of bling up, because just because it's a masculine card doesn't mean it doesn't deserve some bling. So I pulled out a few of these raised metal accents and added them to the card. Super simple card, but I really like the look it has. I think it has a nice feel to it, and it kind of could be used for anything. I really wanted to play with one of these 3-dimensional die-cut decoupage sheets. So I thought I'd start with this one, this boat scene here, and I love this sheet because all the images on here look like they've been watercolored. It's super elegantly pretty without being overtly feminine. And again, it's a nice, fun boat theme. But the watercolor effect in these images is great. If you've never used a decoupage sheet, they're meant to be layered on top of each other to give a 3-dimensional feel without all the headache and heartache of die cutting and coloring. And so, like, the work's been done for you. All you have to do is grab some 3-dimensional tabs and layer the images one on top of the other, which in the end makes a really cool 3-dimensional card without all the, it's super easy, super fun. And look how beautiful this particular image is. And while I say beautiful, it's still got that lovely masculine theme. And you can see with the 3-dimensional tabs that I was using, you get a really nice, yes, I was debating which color to use. There are 3 pieces of phthalic paper that come with the Marvelous Men Cardmaking Kit. One is the black, and then there's this copper, and then there's the red wine, which is that lovely red color. And I was actually debating between the red and the copper to decide which one was more effective. I like the orange backing the decoupage sheet, but I didn't, it was one of those like, how do I do this? And I thought about it, and I ended up trimming up some black cardstock and really layering the card, adding some more black metallic paper to mat my boat image. I really, really like how this card turned out. I'm not notoriously known for my paper layering skills and my ability to create a scene, or not a scene, to create a layout of paper that's interesting and unique. I think for once this card actually kind of does that for me. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. Let me know if you like how this card layout turned out. I think it was fun. Included in the kit is this anchor die, which goes really nicely with several different of the collections of things within the Men kit. So I die cut it out from the phthalic black paper, and boy does that phthalics paper die cut beautifully. It may be currently my favorite paper to die cut on because it's thick, it runs through the machine with ease and grace, but it's still thick, and it takes a detailed die and does the work like it's like butter. It's just gorgeous. So if you've got a really intricate die that you're struggling with other papers with, try this phthalic paper. It die cuts so gorgeously. I pulled out my glossy accents from Ranger and overlaid it over the anchor because, an anchor can have a little gloss to it. And added a few embellishment dots because, again, men deserve a little embellishment. I love how the anchor dried back to shiny, and it just seems to work for me. For card 5, I wanted to create an anybody card that wasn't overtly feminine. There's some really pretty floral images included in the 12x12 cardstock sticker page. And I don't think just because you're making a masculine card means you can't use floral. Now, these aren't girly floral images. These are a really nice, simple, gender neutral, maybe you can even say, image. But I love how it came out, especially on this wine red metallic paper. And again, if you haven't ever played with the metallics, you've got to try them. They're fantastic. There's so much visual interest to it without effort. I really wanted to use this super long sentiment that would never have fit on a card, but when I trimmed it up, I think it fit really nicely. And I love how the green plays nicely with this red. I don't think the card came out looking Christmassy, despite the fact that my colors were green and red. I figured I'd finish this card off with just a couple of these metal accents, which, yeah. Thank you for peeking in today for the first in the 3-part series of 5 fast cards featuring the marvelous Men Cardmaking Kit, which is a standalone kit meant just for the men in your lives. Thanks for peeking into this video. Make sure you stay tuned because there will be 2 more in this series. And if you missed the unboxing of this video, make sure you go check it out so you can see all the gorgeous supplies that are in this men's card making kit. Until then, happy crafting.